Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna take a look at this cool video reference. I found it online. Was about from David Torok. Okay, I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Really amazing. I felt like there was really great pose. It's really dynamic. I really love the timing here. So there was a lot of really things that could be interesting to study. And the reason why today I want to specifically focus on video reference because I realize a lot of students they really struggle to understand what to look for in the reference, right? How to study. Sometimes they do it very quickly and then they start to animate. So sometimes I want to take a full lecture just studying about this with you guys. And especially because some of the poses, the reason why I actually choose this reference because poses are so dynamic and appealing, and I want to start really to study the line of action, composition, and everything. Start to think about what to improve, and in order to make my pose easy. Of course, there are gonna be things that are not gonna really working in 3D animation. For example, this last jump, I in my head I will wanted to do it something a little bit different, not facing really camera. So we're gonna go through that at the end, sorry. But let's start right from the beginning, right? So usually, as I always said, guys, you always want to start your own animation with a really solid, amazing pose, and I think this one really does it. The really beautiful things is the line of action from the spine to the leg. Okay, see like this line here, really nice and organic. I think doing those things even with your posing, it's something I really love. Okay, like even the contrast from this curve here with the edge created by the knee, right? So I think this is really nice. It is important start to study the line of action of the shoulder. See how the shoulder coming down this way, okay, until the hand is kind of tilted this way as well. The head is like this. We have the stake here. The line of action of the hip. Maybe we'll see if we can get this one. We'll see when we do posing. Okay, but definitely it's a very beautiful, interesting pose to do at the beginning. So what is the next pose? When I'm gonna do the next pose, okay? Usually I go by contact, okay? Every time there is contact between feet or hands, in case someone put the hands on the ground or a ledge or something, right? Or extreme poses, okay? Like when you go from an extreme to another. In this case, for example, I think I'm gonna go from this extreme, one of these, maybe this one, which is the almost the highest point on the body, okay? So again, I will look again from the line of action here, okay? Boom. Right? And see now this leg is completely straight. Okay? Right here, okay? I see even the finger. I can feel the finger a little bit already, right? So again, really doing those poses in 3D is gonna be a really fun. Okay, now I will look. I said I want to look for a contact, but at the same time I want to find a nice, appealing pose. Okay, so maybe I will look something for something like this. Okay. Sorry, guys. So yes, and again, I always start when I look for poses. I always start to look for this overall line of action from the spine to the leg. Okay, always want to have something very clean, especially guys, because something you have to learn when you movement, especially in body mechanics, is fast. Okay, you want to make sure your line is dynamic. You have to think about it graphically. Okay, and you want to have simple line that kind of reads well. Okay, that's what you want. You don't want complexity, because if you do a fast movement and your shape is too complex, your silhouette is not clear, it's not gonna read what's going on with the movement. Okay, so that's why it's so important, and that's why it's important to understand how to simplify those things. Okay, not just posing it very very quickly and doing a poor job. Okay, say this could be another interesting pose from here, I feel like. Okay, again, maybe here I wanna, when I will pose it, I will exaggerate the line of action of the spine. shaping it, okay? Boom. Very, very, it's almost like, feel like a, could be like those line, kind of like painting wise, like brush stroke or something. So, okay, gonna go here. And again, now I'm gonna go to the other contact, right? I think this is another really nice pose. Okay, so I'm choosing this pose because it's the first frame where the other foot land on the other side, okay? And again, you have to feel the energy. When you study reference, feel these energies, feel the energy going from the top, flowing here to this contact, okay? I think it's always very nice to look at those things, okay? And maybe, here, you wanna even push a bit more, maybe kind of grouping the elbow together, okay? And kind of overlapping the head. This could be a little nice change to do in the composition, right? And boom, and then we go to the final pose here, right? Another great, beautiful pose. This one with the character that we're going to use from Animation Mentor might be a bit difficult because of he has a very skinny leg. So again, you have to see when you go in production, when you actually start to animate, if you can actually, achieve all the poses, right? Very, very nice. Love the appealing here. Then again, I'll look for the other contact for now, okay? And at the same time, I want to look for a pose that looks kind of appealing, okay? Sometimes takes me a while even for me to decide, okay? So I will go with this one for now. Now his body completely projected forward, okay? So I'm trying to adjust this a little bit more, pushing the feet behind. Okay, this is going out of screen. Okay, maybe I want the, really the elbow kind of coming a bit more down, okay? I don't know if maybe I want to have this elbow actually higher, just to continue this line over here, right? Maybe it's something I will experiment when I'll go uh, or maybe actually no, it doesn't look that nice, Okay, like a little bit forward. Okay, we'll see some of the things, as I mentioned, guys. You will adjust when you do your posing in 3D, right? This is, as I said, just a reference, but it's still very good to explore all this. Okay. I like to do a very little easy in here, okay, because it started to move very slowly, okay. So I think it's important to just put a key here as well. Okay, and do this, right, and started to adjust this line here, right, and just group these things together. Boom. This is another really interesting part. Okay. Boom. Look again. Look at the line of action from here. And now I love how he actually is now, this breakdown is really nice because how he actually, boom, stretch the leg, okay? And I love how the stick here is on his shoulder, okay? And start to also to look for contrast. You see how here the line of action is, it tends to be like here, and here it started to get almost reverse as well, okay? So those are the kind of things that are gonna give energy to your animation, okay? Contrast is one of the, I would say, one of the most important uh, thing, okay? Okay, here's another good key. And for me, I know some people do this part very quickly or they skip it. For me, obviously, guys, is a huge mistake because this part, even though we are studying reference and everything, I mean, some people feel like, as a reference, just go straight ahead and copy. But the reality is that a lot of people don't even know how to study what to look. First of all, they don't know where to put the pose. Okay, sometimes they put the wrong key, and then eventually, obviously, it's gonna affect your animation, right? And because eventually, I want to exaggerate the timing and started to adjust those things. So if you put the wrong key, you are exaggerating the wrong part of the animation, right? So this is already a big mistake. Okay, look at this one. And then yeah, then they fail to exaggerate because they don't know what to look how this nice line of action, how beautiful it is. I think sometimes most of the students fail to understand this, fail really to give importance to the line of action of the shoulder. You see how the two shoulders are connected by this imaginary line, how the spine is connected and flow the line from the spine to the leg. It seems simple, but then when students do it, they actually 90% of the time, especially at the beginning, they fail. And I know, this is like, okay, you're just copying reference and everything, but this somehow it train your eyes to understand what a appeal is, and and then in future will help you to make better judgment, when you're doing other posts, when you're creating your own things, right? Even here, for example, I want to simplify this one, right? So maybe when I pose it, maybe I'll have to put the head even lower, lower the spine a bit more, right? Okay, boom. Maybe this one could be even more interesting to reverse, actually, could be even interesting uh, to reverse, maybe something you want to sometimes start to you know to explore. It's dragging a bit, so you know you're actually having your hand here, and your stick is going to be this way, right? You're dragging it a little bit. We're going to try eventually in animation. um, okay, again, we're going to look for this pose here. Again, look how nice and elegant it is. Okay. Work nicely on the line of action. Make sure the head is looking where the character is going, and push it, push this, drag these things behind a little bit more, right? hold this one. You see how he's kind of holding this pose like this, right? Okay, the leg are kind of overlapping each other a little bit here. See, the head is started to go up. And here, another great pose. Okay, see, I'm always looking for contact because when I'm gonna do the blocking, contact is usually the first things I am gonna do. Okay. Again, see, even those simple movement, there is always this, it's always nice to track this imaginary line from one hand to another. And I'm telling you, people overlook about those details. I mean, it's not details for me. Actually, this is really important things about silhouette. They really overlook about those things all the time, all the freaking time, guys. Um, every time I need to, review a student or something, they do this mistake, okay? Okay, let's do a very quick breakdown here in the middle, okay, just to see what's going on, right? Okay, boom. So again, you see even here the movement, the line of action go from here to this one. Okay, you see like see how important is those line of action to make you really feel dynamic this pose. Okay, that's the thing. I stress about this a lot on my channel, but I still see a lot of people doing mistake. They fail to understand how those things make a pose look good and nice. Okay, and here, boom. Let's push this out of the way. Okay. And I love even here. See how kind of unbalanced it is? It's just for a moment, okay? Just for a few frames. Okay. Boom. Go like this, like forward, and push it up. Boom. Now the things that I wasn't really happy about this, I wouldn't say happy, but when I do an animation, I will do in a different way. Is that you go for the highest point, but I will want the character now completely turn and kind of facing camera. Okay, put a nice smile here. Uh, okay, reverse again, same things. The leg coming down here. Okay, I want the feet be like this, right? Maybe I want to group the leg. Okay, boom. I really have this one, the arm going up like this. See? See, that's the thing. I don't. In this case, the references doesn't really work, right? But then again, I can think about the same principle that I've been doing until now, because now you know what you're looking for. You know what is a good line of action, and and now you can do. Even though my drawing is ugly, you have an idea of what you want. Okay, it's still gonna have this kind of line of action. Okay, it flows from the spine to the leg and everything, and with the shoulder. Okay, kind of grouping them together. Another thing sometimes I like to do when is trying to avoid to have a parallel line. So maybe if this one comes here, the other one could be a little bit more tilted. same things actually, okay? I don't like too much having parallel line. So this could be a little bit, so this one's coming straight down like this one a little bit more inside, okay? Um, so stuff like that, right? Obviously we are working only on the extreme, and then boom, here, right? Imagine I wanna have this one here. I wanna do this, you know, maybe the leg kind of like this, right? Bend it forward, but you know what I want, as I said, you know, this nice and cleaner silhouette, boom, right? Okay, and delete what we don't need. Okay, that I hope you guys make sense, right? So that's the thing why it's sometimes also good, you know, study reference, copy, even just as an exercise, you know. Doesn't necessarily mean something you want to put on your reel or something, but just to study. Because then when you face a point, okay, you know, this reference, I don't really like how it's ending it, you can actually, you know, adjust it the way you want, because now you know what to do. Okay. See here, I can think about this now, right? Maybe you wanna land only with one foot or with both. It's gonna be up to you, right? Obviously, maybe we can exaggerate the jump and everything, right? But really holding it behind before boom, boom, coming down. Obviously, we're gonna exaggerate maybe this highest point here, and then we also have the camera movement. But okay, see, we keep it boom, very clean in terms of, you know, uh, silhouette, right? Boom, boom, right? And here it's gonna smash on the ground. Boom. And now the other things, like I always, you know, tell to my students, you know, after you've done everything, another things you want to make sure you do understand, because I notice a lot of people struggle when they do blocking after the reference, is to understand how much the body especially is moving. Okay, let me give you an example. For example, from here to here, they kind of struggle to see how much is going up or is going to the left. Okay, so sometimes it's good to say, you know what, let's focus on this part over here, right? Boom, and boom, and around, oh, I can see here, right? And you can see, oh, there is this gap, okay? It's moving that much visually, okay? You can see now, and now it's moving a little bit like this. You see, it's on the side. It's not so much going down here. Yeah, it's actually going down here in the middle. There's gonna be a breakdown here where it does like this. Okay, but at least you know how much you're moving forward compared to the previous key. Okay, I draw a line just to have a better idea. And you know, same things obviously now, because we have the camera here, the camera is moving, so sometimes it's difficult to track, right? But in some cases, when the camera is not moving much, it's easier to track the what's going on. Okay, don't know if I have another example. Maybe, yeah, maybe from here, you know, we're tracking this one. If you cannot do it sometimes on the side movement, at least you can do it on the up and down. Okay, so you know what, it's kind of moving down like this. Obviously, if the camera is also moving up and down, you have a false perspective. Okay, because camera movement is involvement. Okay, but this is something at least it will give you a better idea, because sometimes I see, like, you know, animator, when they follow the reference and do the next pose, or the pelvis, they move the character way too much outside and the character is kind of jumping, or they move it too little and then it feels like it's kind of stuck in place. Okay, and obviously, if you don't catch those mistakes very early and then you go spline and and doing the blocking, you realize you have a problem. But now the issue is if you made a mistake where you didn't move much your character how you're supposed to, and then you place in all the other key, you place the key and the feet and everything. If you need to change it here in the middle, it's gonna affect everything else later on. It's gonna take you very long to fix it. Okay, guys? So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's mostly focused on the reference and some people really skip this part, and for me it's really important. So I would recommend you really take your time to study and even take your time really to enjoy, to see the beauty of a pose and really crafting it, looking for the line of action, and stuff like that. Okay, guys? If you have any question, as usual, write it down in the comment. See you next time, and we will do the blocking, okay? See ya. Ciao.